Hello, welcome to this video on writing algebraic expressions. So if we look at this first question then, so Mohammed has M marbles, Matt has 6 more than Mohammed, so I'd like you to write an expression for the number of marbles that Matt has. And here is your answer to this one. So we've got this M here at the start because we've got M marbles. So the number of marbles that Mohammed has been referred to as M. We don't know the exact number, but we do know that Matt has 6 more. So if you've got 6 more, that's going to be an addition because he's got Mohammed's plus another 6. And one thing to note, we've been asked to write an expression here. An expression should not have an equal sign. Only formulas and equations will have an equal sign. Okay, that's your first one. Okay, so here's your second question. So we've got a cup of tea costing £2, cup of coffee costing £C. I would like an expression in pounds for the cost of 5 cups of tea and 4 cups of coffee. And here is your answer. So it's 5t plus 4c, and the reason for this is because think about what you would do if you actually knew the cost. So let's say it was £2 for a cup of tea. You would do 2 times 5 to work out the cost. So the way that you would write a multiplication for when you're writing a multiplication algebraically, remember it's always the number followed by the letter. So we do 5 times by the cost, which is why it's 5t. And for the coffee, we had 4 cups of coffee multiplied by c, because you would do 4 times by the cost of a cup of coffee if you knew the cost. And here's your next question. The key word here is this word twice. So because Marie's twice as old, that means Marie is double the age of Isaac. So remember, double means multiplied by 2. We know because Isaac is x, it's got to be x times 2, which we would write as 2x. And here is your next one. So an adult cinema ticket costs X pounds. The price of a child's ticket is half the price. So we would like an expression in pounds for a child's ticket. Okay, key word here is that word half. So remember, when we half something, we divide by 2. So all we're doing here is x divided by 2. So so let's say it was £10 for an adult ticket, you would do 10 divided by 2. But because we do not know the cost of the adult ticket, we know it, we were referring to it as x. So it's just going to be x divided by 2. Okay, now we've got a 3-part question here. So Stephen is n years old, Rachel is 10 years older than Stephen. So we've got 3 questions relating to this. Okay, first question then was asking you to write an expression for Rachel's age. So Stephen is n years old, Rachel's 10 years older. So if you knew Stephen's age, you would add 10 onto it to get Rachel's age. So it's just going to be n add 10 if we write this as an expression. Next one, well, Tim is 13 years younger than Stephen. So you would take 13 away if you knew Tim's age. So the expression here is n minus 13. And a bit trickier on this one, we've got a bit more involved now. So it's asking you to write an expression for the total age of all 3 of them. Well, to do that, you would need to write a big long, you can start by writing a long expression like this. And what I would always say, if to help you with questions like this, after each sentence, write down the algebra that's being given to you. So we're being told that Stephen is n just there, Rachel is n add 10, Tim is n take away 10, and then you can start to get that together. So if you look at the long expression here, we've got Tim there, then we've got Rachel just there, and then at the end we've got Tim. Sorry, we've got my mistake there, that's Stephen at the start, isn't it? Stephen at the start, Rachel in the middle, Tim on the end. Now we've got to simplify that expression. So if we look at our ends first, we've got 1n, 2n, 3n. Then we've got 10, take away 13. And that simplifies down to 3n, take away 3. And that is it for this video. So thank you very much for listening. Please hit subscribe. There'll be loads more videos coming your way. I will also do one on forming and solving equations, which kind of adds on to this topic.